Hi everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Platinum. Okay, I can't take myself seriously, I'm losing it. I was just trying to get in the spirit of this music. Anyway, welcome back to more Pokemon Platinum, that's more like it. Last time, we made it through Eterna Forest, arriving at long last in Eterna City, which is not only the site of our second gym battle, but also the site of that no-good, dirty, rotten Team Galactic. There we go, falling back into that southern drawl. This time, we are going to be exploring Eterna City and its surrounding areas because there is a lot to do here in town. So let's get started. First, I want to go into the Pokemon Center. It's not common that you'll get items from talking to NPCs in the centers, but here, it's a bit of an exception. So, she's asking about our Pokemon. This Pokejap will show you how close your Pokemon feel to you. We get the Friendship Checker Pokejap, easily one of the most useful ones, and you can easily miss it by just not talking to her. Friendship Checker apps the Pokemon that like you. Okay, so let's check that out. So they're just kind of moving around right here. I'll check on Grotle. Likes me a little bit. Okay, we've been through a lot together. Oh, wow. Zubat also seems to like me a little bit. Wow, so much for Bidoof liking me at all. It went off screen right when I was about to check it. No surprise there that Bidoof doesn't like me at all, though, considering that I've kind of only used it for HM moves and sacrifice plays, but hey, who's counting? Other than that, we do have this house right here that has a really big part of multiplayer inside it, but we're gonna save that for another time for obvious reasons. There is the cycle shop right here, which we'll be also showing a little bit later. Nothing for us there right now. Well, actually, I guess we could go in there just to kind of show something that's going on here in town. I don't want to, like, get too happy with talking to NPCs because I've been doing it a lot lately. So this is the manager's off at the Team Galactic building and hasn't returned. I wonder what's holding them up. So that is a little bit of a hint to something we'll be taking care of a little bit later. Main thing that I want to show, though, is the mart. Upon getting to a new town, you always want to talk to the clerk on the left, even though I didn't in Floroma Town. I've been doing it all the other times, so let's talk to you. She has the new item for us, the Nest Ball. The Nest Ball is best at catching Pokemon under level 30. Once you get to 30 and above, it's just the normal Pokeball. This can be useful early game to catch some harder to catch Pokemon, since there's things like Drifloon that are low level but difficult to catch, but it's not really the best item long term, because when I think of hard to catch Pokemon that I need a whole item dedicated to, I think of weak low level Pokemon. Truly. Yeah, not the best. Because it doesn't remain useful for all that long, I think I'm just gonna get one. I don't really want to invest a lot of money in these if they're just simply not gonna be useful to me after too much longer. Especially not when, if I'm remembering correctly, the Great Ball and like Dusk Ball, which we already have one of each, have better chances even when it is a little below level 30. Next is the Eterna Condominiums. Name rating services available. Yes, I've been waiting a long time to show this. It's not quite as painful as Red and Blue when the name rater was in Lavender Town well after the 3rd badge, but it still was a long wait nonetheless. So this is the official name rater. Want me to rate the nicknames of your Pokemon? Yes, I do. Oh, excuse me. He is critiquing our Pokemon, not simply rating them. Yes. Okay. So I asked you guys a while back what I should nickname my Zubat. I got a lot of tweets, a lot of comments, and there were a lot of good suggestions. Some of the more common ones out there, just kind of going over names that people said really often in the comments. There was Batman / Zubatman, which that's all right. Of course, I knew Batman references were going to be a thing. Another common one was Flutterbat. Nosferatu was kind of an obvious one. Some people were going for a Xenoblade reference by naming it Vang, which I thought was kind of neat. There were two names that I particularly liked, though. One, if you know about Zubat's final evolution, this will make a lot of sense to you. Some people were suggesting X-Wing, which I thought was really cool. But there was one name that I almost didn't go for, that at the very last minute I decided to go with instead. And that name is Acrobat. I almost didn't go with this due to the fact that Acrobatics is not a move in Generation 4. It was introduced in Black and White, which we're not that far in the series, so I wouldn't be able to use that move alongside having this nickname. But I decided to pick it for another reason. I'm gonna be waiting a while on saying the reason for that, and because the comments from the people that suggested it kind of spoil the reason, I am gonna hold off on giving the first people that suggested credit for just a little bit longer, but rest assured, it will happen soon enough. Let's go with this. Done! From now on, this Pokemon shall now be known as Acrobat! It is a better nickname than before. How fortunate for you. Wow, rolling R's before a T really sounds awkward. Well, other than him, we have this little boy here that wants a Buizel, and he'd be willing to give us a Chatot for it. Chatot is a bit of an oddity. It's a normal flying type special sweeper of all things. It is the only Pokemon capable of learning the move Chatter. This is a 60 power special flying type move with a chance of inflicting confusion. This would be great with a grass type gym coming up with a lot of Pokemon having poison point, as it wouldn't have to worry about that. Problem is though, it learns Chatter at level 21. With the Coal Badge, only Pokemon obtained in trades up to level 20 will obey you. That's kind of a problem, and for that reason, I can't recommend it. I wish I could, it was so close. Even though I can't, it'd be a waste to not mention Chatter and its chance of confusion. You're going to give Chatot a sound for it to remember in battle, and the louder the sound that you put into the DS microphone, the higher the chances of confusion. You could always blow on the mic, but where's the fun in that? The real fun, organic thing to do is to just scream as loud as you can. I sincerely apologize to all the parents that have children that are watching this video that are going to yell into their DSs because I told them to and annoy the crap out of them. Alright, so that's all about Chatot. That lady there gave us TM67 Recycle. That makes it so that if you have a consumable item in battle like a berry, you can use it again. Kind of a helpful move, probably won't be using it. Love these evening colors once again, can't say enough good about them. There is one other helpful item you can get at the very south end of town, but I think I'm gonna save that for a little bit later. Next. Impact incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thud! Hey Emil! You came to see the Pokemon statue, right? I'll take you there! Barry, I'm impressed. You moved down to the Sinnoh region walking speed for how many seconds? What the? Yeah, I know, I'm surprised too. So, this is Eterna's Pokemon statue. Shaping our world are time and space in an intertwining spiral. Revered in Sinnoh are the Pokemon of time and space. Sinnoh's myth, its truth needs investigation. Pardon me, stand aside. You sure love telling me to stand out of your way when there's a perfectly usable path you could have walked on over there. Thanks, buddy. Oh, hey! When we smacked together, a brilliant flash of inspiration came to me. An easy way to become a great trainer. Yeah, that! Alright, listen close. Make certain all your attacks hit. Avoid enemy attacks for sure. You do that, you'd never lose. You'd be the invincible trainer. Anyway, go check out the Pokemon statue. See you around. So basically, he's telling us, become a tool-assisted speedrunner. So this statue, it resembles a couple Pokemon of ancient times. Eterna City's Pokemon statue. There seems to have been a descriptive plate, but it appears it was torn off. Gee, by who, I wonder? Even though it's been torn off, though, we can go into this house and learn a bit more about the lore of that statue. You could view that plaque in Diamond or Pearl, but here, sheesh, what's the world coming to? Someone ripped out the descriptive plate off from the Pokemon statue. No one can read the inscription. Why would someone do that? Actually, do you want to know what it said? Sure. First inscription went like this, sort of. Creation of Dia, giver of time. In laughter, there is tears. And likewise, the same time flows, the blessing of Dia. Yikes, I've forgotten big chunks of it. No, that is really what it said. It was just rubbed off and that worn. That is really what it was. It's not your rusty memory. Second inscription went sort of like this. Birth of Pal, creator of parallel dimensions. Alive yet not alive, rifts in space. To arrive in the same universe, the blessing of Pal. I've heard some people talk about there once being a third inscription. I'm kind of skeptical though. I mean, think about it. A third Pokemon alongside those that create and control time and space? There couldn't possibly be a Pokemon that mighty. You, sir, have not taken time to look at the box art you live inside of. Not really anything else here, just kind of telling us about how the statue used to be part of festivals and how ancient Pokemon were much more revered a long time ago. But the big thing about the statue, and it's something that I never see mentioned around the internet, and it's really a shame, is its depiction in the Pokemon Adventures manga. As you might notice, the statue clearly has traits of a few different Pokemon if you know your lore, and the way that they depicted it in the manga is hilarious. Just look at that. It looks terrifying, and it's so funny to me that they did that. I love it. All right, so that's everything in town. How about we head out to Route 206? Wow, 211, I wasn't even close. It's been quite a while since we have caught a Pokemon, and the two that we do have are competently leveled. I think it's time that we catch something new, so how about we go around this route, we go over the new encounters on it, and we hopefully catch something brand spanking new. I really don't know why I say spanking. I think there might be a hidden item right here. Yes, Great Ball! Wow, very useful timing. Interruptions abound. Let's get to the bios before it's too late and not have another Pachirisu, please. First of which is Levitate. This is meant to be a mixed attacker, and it's pretty cool that a fighting psychic type exists with the physical special split in effect. but its learn set wasn't updated very well. For a long time, it's going to only have hidden power and confusion for attacking moves. This is not a deal breaker, as those are fine moves, but it's just not going to be the mixed attacker that it was meant to be for several levels and until you get some later TMs. So just be warned about that. Second is Bronzor. This is a really neat Pokemon. It might be too slow for most people's tastes, and it might not be that good in single player in everyone's eyes, but its type alone makes it worth considering. Its abilities are the perfect complement to its type. Heatproof turns a fire weakness into normal damage, while Levitate makes it immune to ground. Ground and fire are the only two weaknesses it has, so either way, it only has one weakness, and it's up to you which one it has. That is cool. Of course, as one would expect, it doesn't output much damage. Good attacking moves are also pretty far off, but if you're looking for a wall, Bronzor will not let you down. Poison immunity is also great for the upcoming gym. Last on this route is Chingling! Its name is so fun to say, and it's so cute. It is oddly a slow psychic type. It knows confusion upon being caught, which might be attractive, but I like how I just described a Christmas bell as attractive. Wow. But it doesn't really have much to justify that low speed. Its type isn't all that good defensively, and it doesn't really have good defensive stats either. This would be fine if it evolved into something really useful. Chimecho is also not really that great. The big issue that I have with Chingling, though, is why was this not a Steel Psychic type? Just look at it. I know that it would have lost that typing when it evolved, but still, this thing is begging to be Steel Psychic. With those three introduced, two things. One, I think this hiker is stunned that I beat him in 2 turns, just look at his face. And second, can I just say I feel so sorry for all the Pokemon that live in this habitat? 3 tufts of grass. I knew humans were bad to nature's habitats, but damn, that's really bad. Now, over here, we have the entrance to a new cave, Mount Coronet. We're gonna be spending a lot of time in here through our adventure. It's a very big area, and we can only explore a small portion of it for right now. I wanted to come in here not only because of 2 new encounters, but because, well, this energy powder as well, but the Pokemon I wanted to catch is best caught in here. So while I'm looking for it, let's go over the new encounters. I have been searching for so long that Bodhi grew to level 22 and is trying to learn Bite. I'm gonna get rid of Tackle for that, because like I said, it has no purpose on my moveset unless a foe was gonna quad resist Razor Leaf, and I might as well just do dark damage and hope to get a flinch instead of doing normal type damage, which is super effective on nothing. Hopefully, though, I won't be hoping to get those flinches against Zubat, because for a guy who says he loves Zubat so much to the point where he's even raising one himself, I sure seem to forget that Zubat has inner focus a lot. Nosepass desperately needed an evolution, and it got one in Sinnoh. If you choose to go for it, you can evolve it immediately by leveling it up in Mount Coronet, the very area you catch it in. It has absolutely beastly defense, and will become Rock Steel type when it evolves. Very little will be able to stand up to it early on if you choose to evolve it right this second. But be warned that Sturdy is not buffed yet like it was in Gen 5, and it also does not learn Thunder Wave almost immediately like it does in other games. Last but not least is Cleffa. This is a high HP tank that can stand up to just about anything, and with the unique ability of Magic Guard, it's immune to many things that other Pokemon aren't. For instance, it's immune to Stealth Rock, but also immune to damage from poison. Any sort of indirect damage is not a problem. It's also tied for having the highest base happiness of anything that evolves through happiness, so it should be pretty easy to evolve. Though its starting moves might make it baggage for a few levels. If you don't want to bother raising Cleffa, but you still want to raise this family, that's okay. The evolution of Cleffa will be available in the not too distant future, but it is harder to find and harder to catch than its baby counterpart. If you haven't already guessed, it's gonna be Cleffa. I love this little thing. If you're wondering why it took me so long to find a 10% encounter, turns out I assumed that it was light enough to count as nighttime so that I could encounter it. I checked my clock and I was 6 minutes short of it being nighttime. So that's why it took me a little bit. Also, I'm getting hit with my own bite right here through Copycat. Well, at least I don't have to worry about flinching once again because I have inner focus, which is irrelevant because I went second there. Now, I thought it would be really funny if we caught this thing in a dusk ball. It has a pretty low catch rate and it is dark in here, so let's try this. I think it would be fitting. I just pray that this thing has Magic Guard for its ability, because if it doesn't, I'm not going to be able to make use of this as a visual gag for any other Cleffa that I catch. first try. That is the power of Dusk Balls. It is often seen where shooting stars fill the night skies. It's said to arrive after riding on a shooting star. That is so cute. This has got to be the cutest darn alien creature ever. They really are. Now, I don't have a nickname for my Cleffa, so as soon as we gave Zubat its nickname, I'm going to be asking you again. You can contact me on Twitter using the hashtag ChugaPlatinum, or you can leave a comment on this video. I would accept Facebook submissions for this, but it can be a little bit disorganized, and it's also really hard to contact people over Facebook from being a topic page, so that's kind of why I'm not doing that. So apologies for the inconvenience, though, but that's my reasoning. Now let's check out this Cleffa. I want to see its nature and its ability. Please. Bashful nature. Happily eats anything. Magic Guard! Yeah! First try! So happy about that, because I just thought that there'd be nothing funnier than just having an adorable little Cleffa pop out of a dusk ball of all things. So I'm very content that I can do that, because I got it first try. We've got Bashful Nature, happily eats anything. Anytime that you see that, it means that the nature is neutral, will not raise or lower any stat. I'm cool with that, it's better than having a bad one. I decided to look up what often scatters things means. That means that her highest IV is attack. Also can't complain about that. So we got an adorable little Cleffa, and she's in a dusk ball. She's very bashful. Yeah, think of whatever nickname you might want to come up with for her, and in a few videos, we shall name her. Now, another thing is that you might remember that way back at the start of this adventure, I opted to not use my return TM on Bodhi, saying that even though return is not a finite TM and we can get more TMs of return later on, so I don't feel bad about using it, I was saving it for something else. That's because by this point, we wouldn't have another return TM. And I was thinking that because Cleffa starts with such high base happiness, it would be great to give it return. So that whole thing I was saying about it being kind of baggage in the early levels, not mine. Let's see, what do I want? Copycat could be kind of fun. Sweet Kissing, kind of inaccurate. Encore. I think I'm gonna get rid of Copycat. This is kind of a fun move, the fact that you can just use whatever move just got used on you, but I think it would just be better to have Return as my main attacking move. I could always have Copycat in Return for a little bit of diversity, but it's unpredictable, so I don't even think I'd use it that much anyway. Well, with Cleffa in the party, I say we go back to Eterna and heal up. Or not, I got interrupted. Oh, that device you have. It is a Pokédex. Wow, that brings back some memories. Pardon me, but what's your name? Okay, hello, Emil. I'll be sure to remember that name. My name is Cynthia. I'm a trainer just like you. I've been studying Pokemon mythology lately, just out of curiosity. Here in Eterna City, there is a statue of an ancient Pokemon. Have you seen it already? According to myth, it was an extremely powerful Pokemon. Who knows? You might encounter something like it while traveling with your Pokédex. Oh, I know. Try using this. It should be helpful. We get HM01. This teaches Cut, a 30 power physical normal type move. Remember, the hidden move Cut can be used in the field. It will let you go places where you previously were inaccessible to you. It's important for filling up your Pokédex, right? Then luck be with you, young trainer. Oh, there's one last thing. Please give my regards to Professor Rowan. We can only use Cut after obtaining Eterna City's gym badge. Just as you would expect, it was the same case with Rock Smash and Orberg, so that gives us more incentive to get our gym badge. Also, she's gone, so now I can gush about how cool she is. I love her so much. Just studying mythology just for the heck of it. She's so cool. And, oh, right, first time hearing the nighttime Pokemon Center music. I'm gonna be quiet here for a moment. This song is so nostalgic to me. Anybody who battled on Wi-Fi a lot back in the day will know exactly what I mean. This game had voice chat back when its online was still, well, online. And I just remember, back then, Skype was not very stable or reliable. So a lot of the ways that I ended up just talking to friends from far away over voice without using up cell phone minutes, because those were also a thing back then, was just getting on Pokemon and talking to them. And this is the background music when you're in the Pokemon Center basement at nighttime. So this song was the background music to so many conversations I had with friends. Makes me miss those days. Anyway, next up, remember when I said that there was a lot to do and see in Eterna City? Well, I was not kidding. We have a second mart right here. This is the herb shop. You go here and you are able to buy different medicines. Heal Powder will heal all status problems. Energy Powder is 50 HP. Energy Root is 200 HP. And Revival Herb revives a fainted Pokemon, fully restoring all its HP. These items sound too good to be true for the price, and in a way, they kind of are. These are bitter items, meaning that they will lower a Pokemon's happiness with you if you use them on them. Since I have 2 happiness evolutions in my party, I don't think I'll be buying these. But they are here, and they are useful if you don't care about happiness or really need it for anything. And that is every single thing there was to do in Eterna City, minus that item that I said I was going to get later, which is still going to be a bit more, and that multiplayer mode that I'm holding off on, and of course the gym. With all of that done, I decided that I wanted to go out into this route and have Cleffa make its battle debut, also because I wanted to show off that hilarious Pokeball animation to that swirling vortex of terror around this cute little thing. This is going to be the only trainer battle I'm going to be showing for the rest of this video. I understand that it has been a lot to sit through, but I can't really help that. Eterna City has so many good items in it and just so many good opportunities around it that it would be a waste to not show them. I am going to retreat right here and send out Acrobat because Cleffa, quite frankly, can't do anything to this Goldie. I think I really underestimated its power and shouldn't have talked smack saying, hey, I saved my return TM, meaning that right off the bat, it's gonna not be baggage because it's gonna do so much damage due to its high happiness and its normal type. I shouldn't have really expected too much from a baby Pokemon, but it will get there. It will get there. Return on Cleffa can definitely be good, so I'm still sticking by that. Just give it a little time. Gonna do Wing Attack again right here, and wow, I am underestimating, or overestimating how much this is gonna do. I thought for sure it would have knocked it out right there. Do Bite, just cuz. Might as well get variety. It is the spice of life after all. Beat that Goldeen. Great battle debut on Cleffa's part, and level 22. I think I know what that means. Well! There it is. Had a feeling it was coming. I didn't think it would be in the first battle Cleffa ever did that this would happen. We're finally doing it. From baggage to strongest team member in 1.5 episodes. From strongest team member to secret weapon in 1.5 more episodes. It's Golbat. Oh, I can't wait to use this thing. I think its battle debut should be in the gym. Golbat, all I can say to you is way to steal Cleffa's thunder in its battle debut. I'm gonna go do a little bit more training now off screen. Over on Route 211, if you use a Rock Smash right in this very spot, you can go onward and there is a trainer here that is guarding an item. What is that item, you may ask? Beautiful wings. Well, maybe not, but we can at least get TM12 Taunt. This move can be useful in certain situations. It forces your opponent into only being able to use attacking moves. You can effectively waste their turn if you are able to predict them doing a non-attacking move that doesn't have some sort of priority or if they don't have higher speed than you. Another situation in which it could be useful is if you wanted to go back and catch an Abra now if you didn't want to do that in-game trade for some reason. You could taunt it, prevent it from using teleport, and be able to catch it a lot more easily. So those are some applications of it. My training is over. I just battled the trainers in the area that I hadn't fought yet, nothing more, nothing less. Cleffa got to level 14, didn't learn any new moves. Bodhi got to level 23, and as promised, I didn't use Acrobat at all. I want its debut battle to be in that gym, which, now that we have gotten all that done, getting so many helpful items, getting a new Pokemon, getting Golbat. Next time on Pokemon Platinum, we take on the gym. See you guys then.